What's up, Internet? My name is Matt, and coronavirus has just laid me off. First of all, I hope you guys are safe, I hope you're doing well, and also hope you're maintaining some positivity throughout this, because it seems like every outlet that we can go to, whether it's traditional media or social media, we are bombarded with this coronavirus information. And part of it is a good thing, so people are aware and that they're staying safe. And another part of it is part of just the fear mongering, a method to make profit that a lot of these media outlets haven't done for forever. So there's a lot of information, a lot of disinformation, a lot of confusion going on, some people getting directly affected by it, some people not being affected by it at all. I got laid off, and it was nothing that was about me, it was because about the corona condition. For the past 5 years, I've been doing real estate timeshare sales, and it's provided me a great living. It's not an easy industry to thrive in. I have a lot of gratitude for it. It taught me how to really connect with prospects and how to close them really in a short amount of time. I mean, every single person that's ever bought in a timeshare from me was in the same day, which is pretty incredible, being that they don't go to these things, these presentations to buy anything. But this video is not about that. It's about how the resort closing and me losing that position has impacted my life and what I'm looking to do moving forward. So there's a lot of negatives and there's a lot of positives. So we can start off with some of the negatives that I've experienced right off the bat, which would be obviously nowhere to drive to in the morning to go make money. You know, I was an independent contractor on 100% commission, and now I have no means to go and make that money. And I do have a family with children, and I got to figure out a way to provide for them. So that's going to be one of the negatives right off the bat. Another negative is that, you know, people in various cities have been, you know, affected health-wise by this. I'm super grateful and fortunate that no one in my family has been affected by this illness. So for that, I have a lot of gratitude. It kind of changed things up, you know, broke up this routine that I was in, and sometimes routines are good. You know, I was making money, saving money, I had a little bit extra to invest in money, you know, which was great. But now the time has come to be resourceful. That's something that I learned at Business Mastery, is that the greatest resource that you can have is resourcefulness. And for the past several years, I haven't been as resourceful, especially when it comes to food. You know, eating out a lot, getting takeout constantly, you know, not making coffee at home, getting coffee on the go, even if I had all this stuff at home. So switching over to the positives that this getting laid off because of coronavirus has done to me is it's made me become more resourceful. It's made me, you know, not so much be a penny pincher, but just aware of all the little minor transactions that really add up in a month, in a year, so to speak. So I've been cooking a lot more meals at home, cleaning a lot more. Another positive would be being able to spend a lot more time with my children and my wife. For a lot of my life for the past several years, it's been like I've been on play or I've been on fast forward. I'm not someone that tends to live in the past. I tend to live mostly in the future and moments in the present, where I think there is important to pause in life and have that pause be a moment of reflection, a moment of analysis, a moment of what direction do I want to go in next, a little bit of planning, a little bit of appreciation, stop and smell the roses type of a thing. Having pause in your life is a good thing, and this definitely put a pause on my life, and I think a lot of others' lives as well, because, you know, people are in their homes, they're not doing anything. There's just a couple jobs out there that are essentials, which I'm super grateful for. Grocery workers out there, farmers, first responders, you know, nurses, doctors, etc. Humor is definitely something that's important. I feel like that's something that's high in demand right now, is that, you know, people are looking for how to make money, so they're buying up all the hand sanitizers, not able to sell it on Amazon and stuff. But what about like making people laugh? What about like being there for someone? What about going, you know, hardcore micro instead of macro? You know, how can I help one person today or help my family today instead of trying to change the world? When I got the news that I was being not just me, the entire sales department got completely laid off because the resort literally shut down. So no one's allowed to go into work because it is a travel industry that I've worked in, and people are not traveling right now because of this pandemic. So kind of like a wake-up call that things like this could happen. I was definitely in a routine, and I feel like the world is pushing me to grow and become better, to contribute more to my family, myself, and others. And I don't think I would have been able to do that doing the exact same thing. Now, when the initial news happened of me not being able to go there to work, at least for who knows how long this pandemic pans out, but I was kind of in shock. I was in disbelief. I was kind of in denial, and I took several days where I didn't do much. I went to help my dad move out of one of his houses and moved a lot of furniture, reconnected with him, which was great. Spent time with my family, playing games with my friends, and just trying to kick it and figure out what I want to do next. But there was something deep inside me that was really starting to like harbor and fester, which is like, take action, take action, take action, something, read something, learn something, produce something, make a video, do anything. And I wasn't doing anything productive. But sometimes in life, like, rest is being productive. Spending time with your family is productive. Hanging out with your friends is productive. But it's a balance, right? Like, you got to figure out how, you're not doing too much of those things where, making money is being neglected, or building a brand or a business that you might want to do is being neglected, but having like a balance where you're putting a good amount of time and effort into all your buckets. Now, viewing this from an optimistic perspective is the most important thing to do. When I first read Money Master the Game, Unshakable, some of these books on finances, I learned how in times of turmoil, it's the best time to make money, to invest in certain big companies that they're on sale right now as far as stocks goes. And I know in 2008 it was real estate when, SHIT hit the fan. A lot of the houses, apartment complexes, land, etc. were going through foreclosures, were on sale. And when people bought it, they held on to it, they made money. Their investment, so to speak, grew in value, and the cost grew as well along with that over the time. So I wish I was in a position where I had a lot more capital to invest. Fortunately I don't, but it is what it is. I have my health, I have my family, I have my well-being, and these things are more valuable than money, so I can't get too upset about it. Another positive is that I'm going to be able to do a lot more content like this, a lot more videos. I know a lot of you have been requesting for me to do more book summaries, and they're in the works. I have a couple different video ideas that I want to work on. This time has also allowed me to analyze what I want my next move to be, what I want to learn. I feel like I'm being pulled in so many different directions where I don't know what to do. I don't know what course to take. I don't know what video to make. I don't know what book to read. I don't know what to do. So I feel like I'm pulled in so many directions, I don't do anything. And I made a video, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago about analysis paralysis. It's like, if you don't know what to do, or if you have so many ideas, do something, do anything. Just kind of put some motion into it. But like I said a couple minutes ago, sometimes rest, sometimes meditation, sometimes not doing anything is productive time, because you need that time to, analyze what I want to do, what you want to do, what your next move is going to be. If you're out there and you have been laid off too, know you're not alone. I'm in there with you. If anyone is able to find another job, apply for unemployment, things like this, I think these are the routes that people should take if they need the money right away. But also figure out a way how to turn it into a positive. How could this time grant you the ability to learn something that you've always wanted to learn, or do something you've always wanted to do, or some people have a passion project, or a book they want to write, or a business they want to start, and they never have the time to really do it. So take the time now, even if it's to learn, but take some type of action to make it a reality. Turn something like this, a problem, a crisis, into a solution, into a blessing. That's one of the great things about a perspective that we have, is that perspective could change your life. It could change your day. It could change, if it could change your outlook, then it could change the action that you take that day. And it's the actions and decisions that you make that ultimately determine your destiny. So let's make the best out of this. I hope all of you out there are safe and happy, and if any of you are going through some adversity right now, stick with it, be strong, be safe, don't give up. So in February, I did the 5 miles a day, every single day, which was remarkable that I was able to push myself through that. Last month I was able to do 3 half marathons, which was incredible, as well as 100 push-ups a day every single day. And it's a goal that I put out, and I actually achieved it. I finished it every single day. I would find a way to squeeze in the 100. I would do 10 in the morning, I would do 15 at this time, 25 here, 5 over here, and within a 24-hour period I would complete the 100. It was great. I haven't done push-ups since like high school probably. You know, I've done weights and cardio and everything, but just doing push-ups, and you know, it's remarkable how the first couple days it was a struggle, and then at the end I would be able to do 50 in one go. So there's a couple books that I'm reading right now. One of them is Lord of the Rings, so a little fiction book just to kind of change it up. Another one is going to be called The King, the Magician, the Warrior, the Lover. So I got inspired through Date with Destiny to look into that type of material, that type of psychology. This time off has also really given me the inspiration to pursue one of my passions and interests and curiosities forever that I've been neglecting and I've been putting off and thinking that it's something that's not serious, which is music production. I feel heavily inclined and attracted to music where it just makes sense to me. You know, I understand the feeling of it. I can remember music really well. It's something that I've always been interested in, but it's been such a big hurdle with a couple things. Basics, music theory, basics of the software. Because back in 2015, 16, I did produce a lot on Logic Pro X, but it was a lot of just putting samples together and creating my own little mix. Like the ingredients were already there and I just kind of put it together. And according to some of my close ones, it sounded good. Now, of course, they're biased because I thought it was not done well, but it was something. It was better than just, you know, my 5-year-old playing on the piano, but not that much better than that. So that's one of the directions that I've been inclined to pursue. Music theory, I'm going to be learning with my kids. We just moved a piano from my dad's old place. It was super heavy, but we got it done. As well as learning Ableton, because I have that on my laptop and my computer. I'm in a position where I feel like if I can overcome some of these hurdles with music theory basics, as well as understanding the ins and outs of some of these softwares, like Ableton especially, not needing to know everything, but just know how to get in there and start working right away. Because a lot of times these hurdles, these hiccups, interrupt the flow of the creative process. So once I kind of have that basics down, I'll be able to pump out whether it's samples, songs, whatever, and I'm going to do that entirely for fun. Whatever happens with that, happens with that. Now the fact that you're here watching this video, I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel just with your attention. You know, just by clicking on a video or two, sharing what you like or what you would like to see in the future in the comments. You know, I love your feedback. I love connecting with you guys. I apologize that for the past several months it's been very low as far as content production has gone on this channel, but it's just how my life has panned out. You know, I've been very busy with work and then with this corona getting laid off, but now that I have the time and with the mindset and perspective switch of making this a positive. So this one right here is just kind of to touch base, let you guys know about what I've been going through, the fact that I got laid off and I'm going to be out of work for a little bit, unfortunately. But I hope this corona thing breezes over and we go back to business as usual, but a little bit better, a little bit more resourceful, a little bit more aware of how certain viruses can impact people. And that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video on getting laid off by the coronavirus. I hope you guys are doing well. Put in the comments below what your thoughts are about this and how we could turn this pandemic into a positive, how we can turn our time in our houses being quarantined, in our apartments being quarantined, into a positive. How can we make downtime productive time? And even if rest and relaxation is one of those for you, feel free to share it. So thank you guys so much. And until the next video, remember, always be learning, always be creating, and always be inspired.